We all know the news right now is filled with pain. Fuel shocks, food shortages, it's all tragically real. But today, we're gonna tell a different story. A story that's hiding inside this crisis, one that almost nobody is telling. So, let's get into it.
And this right here, this is really the heart of what we're talking about. Because this crisis, it isn't just an endpoint. It's a potential turning point. It's a painful, powerful argument for a different future. One built on self-reliance. And it all starts with a consequence of this war that you probably wouldn't expect.
So here's the twist. While a lot of countries are getting crushed by soaring commodity prices, some are, counterintuitively, winning. For Africa's major oil and gold exporters, this crisis has actually created a massive and unexpected financial windfall.
And what's just wild is the sheer scale of this money coming in. I mean, take Nigeria. They're exporting about 1.5 million barrels of oil every single day. Their national budget was based on oil being around $65 a barrel. With prices soaring well over 100, that extra cash is a massive payday for the government. It's a similar story for other major producers like Angola, Algeria, and Libya, whose economies basically run on oil exports. And hey, it's not just about oil. All this global uncertainty is pushing gold prices way up. So big producers like Ghana and South Africa, they're cashing in too.
So the crucial point is, what happens next? This isn't just free money. As Kennedy Mbeva points out, it's a strategic opportunity. This cash creates a very narrow window to make a choice that could literally define the next 50 years for the continent.
And this really boils down to two very different paths. There's the old path, the one we've seen before, spend the windfall on short-term needs, consumption, paying down debt, subsidies. Or there's the new path, to invest it, to use this moment to build domestic refining capacity, agricultural infrastructure, and renewable energy systems that could break the cycle of dependency for good.
But to really get why this investment is so critical, we need to understand the core problem this crisis has so brutally exposed.
For decades, import dependency was just an economic term, a line in a report. It meant relying on other countries for essentials like fuel, fertilizer, and food. But what this crisis has done is turn that dry economic issue into an urgent, undeniable security threat.
I mean, think about it. When a conflict thousands of miles away causes fuel queues in your cities, makes fertilizer unaffordable for your farmers, and tanks your currency, well, dependency is no longer an abstract concept. It's a visceral, real-time crisis. And that reality is forcing a conversation that is long, long overdue.
But here's where the story shifts from the problem to the epic scale of the solution. The incredible thing is that the resources needed to build this new future aren't halfway around the world. They are right there, within the continent itself. Let's start with this number, 7,900 gigawatts. To put that in perspective, 1 gigawatt can power hundreds of thousands of homes. So yeah, this is the technically exploitable solar potential of the African continent. It's a number so large it's almost difficult to wrap your head around.
Let me put it another way, because this is just mind-blowing. Africa's solar potential isn't just large, it's more than the entire current electricity generating capacity of the whole world combined. This isn't theoretical. This is what's possible with today's technology, powered by African sunlight.
And that's just the sun. The hydropower potential of the Congo River alone is estimated to be enough to power the entire continent. There's vast wind potential along the coasts, and you can see projects like the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam are already proving what's possible. One dam on one river is already transforming a nation's energy landscape.
Now for the second truly mind-blowing number, 60%. That is the percentage of the world's total unused arable land that is suitable for farming but currently is not, that is located in Africa.
Just let that sink in for a second. The continent with the resources to feed the world of tomorrow is, today, importing massive amounts of its food and fertilizer. It has the land, the sun, and the water. This isn't a resource problem. It's an infrastructure and investment problem. So, with this incredible potential and this urgent crisis, where does that place us?
Well, history shows that transformative change in Africa is almost always preceded by a crisis that makes the old way of doing things just impossible to continue.
Look at the pattern. The crisis of untenable colonial models forced the move to independence. The crisis of devastating debt forced major structural reforms. The crisis of failed traditional banking created the space for the mobile money revolution. Each time, a crisis has created the political will to do what was once considered impossible. And that brings us to today.
This crisis has brought all of these threads together.
the windfall, the vulnerability, the potential, and the historical precedent, to present African leaders with a clear and urgent choice.
The entire political and economic argument has been flipped on its head. The old question was always, can we afford to make these massive investments in domestic production and renewable energy? But the crisis has forced a new, much more urgent question. Can we afford not to?
And that's a powerful question, isn't it? When your entire economy can be destabilized by a conflict happening thousands of miles away, can you really defend the status quo? The crisis has made the cost of inaction painfully, undeniably clear.
And that leaves us with this final, crucial point. What this crisis is teaching us is that sovereignty over food, over energy, over supply chains is not a luxury to be pursued when everything else is stable. It is the very foundation upon which a stable and prosperous future must be built. Africa didn't start this crisis, but it can decide what it builds in its wake.